Hi there, Shauna from Infinity Readings. I am going to finish off the females today. The Capricorn female in a coupled relationship. This is the reading that I'm doing um, for tonight. Okay, so I have 5 decks here. I picked from 4 cards. We're just going to go right into the love and sex side of things, hoping to uproot some problems or highlight some things that may be causing problems in the relationship so that we can get rid of them. Okay, universally driven. So I'm just going to get into it here. The first row usually encompasses what the female in the coupled relationship, what she's going through, where she's at. Okay, so the first card I get for her is 14, the Temperance card. So tempers, but also, right, we have to think about the universal energies here. As with the single, feel like she was taking her instinct highly into account. I feel like this is also on the couple's end here. We're starting to merge more with what's coming in our brain. There's a sense of instinct here, and we're going to come from that moving forward. Okay, and that's what the temperance is about. But they're going, we do have a temper here, so we got to make sure that we're not running into situations where we're leading ourselves to anger. We know we're going to get angry, back off, because they're going, other than that, it's just these fire points that we get, right? So the next card is the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords. Yeah, she's hoping for things in the future is the essence I'm getting here from this card. We've got some stuff in our head. It's rumbling around, probably universally driven with instinct, knowledge of gut things that we need to either look to or for or do in the relationship. And she's looking for these. I feel like there's a seeking process here through this. Okay, this Queen of Swords, in this way, she's seeking something. I feel like it's universally driven. Okay, the next card we get is the Four of Cups. So the Four of Cups can be about discontentment, boredom. We know we have offerings here that we're not quite interested in. Universal nonetheless. So take into account here what this woman's doing. She's pooling universal energy with earth energy, mixing, right? So I'm going to understand what that means here. Oh, okay. Okay, they're going, yeah, we are manipulating the process here that we're getting instinct. Here we are taking into account, we're hearing what's being said by instinct, and we're mixing it with what we want. How do we get what we want? I don't care, knowing, there's an inner knowing here, though, that if we do what we're being guided to do, that we can get further. There's a sense of knowing this. They're going, and we're confused because we feel like this is the part where she's manipulating. We're taking the energies in and we're going forward in hope. But there's things here we don't want to deal with. That could be the lessons that we're learning or needing to learn in the relationship. Knowing when to say sorry, when to do, these things that we kind of have to tackle, on a daily basis in a relationship, right? When we're coupled, there's a lot of stuff here that needs work. And I feel like they're showing her sidestepping. It's like, I don't want to, almost like she doesn't want to take accountability anymore. Almost like there's an imbalance here. So that's the essence I'm getting from her end, okay? That there's starting to manipulate things in her mind to a degree where she's right. And this may not be the whole thing, but nonetheless, we have some discontentment here. And then we end up with the Ten of Cups. So what's going on? Going, yes, things may have been too good for too long. And we're getting flushed with that. Not knowing how to deal with that, okay? That's all I'm getting there. So that is really where she's sitting. We may have had or not may. We are having an instance here where we're getting a lot of universal energy coming at us instinctively. We're looking forward, right? Because her back here, and this is the energy that she's in, even though it's air, she's in her head a lot more than she normally is. And because of that, it's kind of taking herself out of the relationship to a degree. And there's a sense of boredom here, but yet we have all, we do have what it takes to have a happy relationship. We are in a happy relationship. This is what's going on. So we'll go deeper into that. That's the first row here for energy. We'll move down. Sometimes it splits to the partner. Sometimes it keeps going. The first card we get, the Knight of Wands. So that may be your partner. That may be. Now, this Knight of Wands, he doesn't necessarily have all his ducks in a row here. In fact, he does not. He does not know what he's doing or what. He just is very spontaneous, instinctive, spontaneous, more than instinctive. And he is doing all that he can from his passion forward. Now, this may be your partner, and a Wands is fire energy. So we have someone here I feel is just very passionate, very action oriented and willing to do things and doesn't really think long term. Okay. So this may be the difference here because I get from the Queen of Swords that she's very long, like looking down the road here. This man, he's looking right in front of him, right? What's here? So there's the difference there already. Next card we get is the Star. So I feel like even though this man might be off his rocker a little bit, this is highly aspected as a partnership. We have the Ten of Cups. You cannot go wrong, that kind of thing. But this man has to think more long term and more towards the future, one of the relationship and one for himself. They're going, this transfers in all areas to this guy. He really needs to look down the road here. We planning for now, but we have to be planning for the future. So the Star is about hopes and dreams and wishes that we may have and want to fulfill and maybe reaching for, okay? And I feel like this is this guy. He's got a lot of dreams he wants to fulfill and a lot of, but again, not making plans for that forward, okay? So this may be where the energies are off because I feel like her being very, very grounded, right? In her energy, but yet up in her head a little bit with the air. But this guy, he's really kind of all over the place. She's kind of grounding him out. Okay. The next card we get is the Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles is about creativity, doing things with others to get us forward. Okay. And I feel like they're referencing the partner here and going, yeah, this guy's going to work a little more with the partner to move the relationship forward. But he's so kind of all over the place that we're just not settling down long enough to make progress. And this may be why this Capricorn female is getting kind of in her head about things because she's kind of backing off lightly and needing to think about things. The next card is the Fool. So that's about new directions. How do we deal here now? There's a light essence. This might be someone. We are in a coupled relationship here, but be careful because this dude doesn't plan for the future. It is highly aspected that we are with him and we need to work together. This guy needs to kick in and work together to go forward. That is very highly aspected. The Fool energy is a warning that we can jump off in different directions. Okay. Feel like as we get going here, we're going to learn a little more about that. But for right now, I'm just going to say that's an energy of jumping in a new direction quite quickly. Again, not planning forward. So that could be in any area, but for the most part, getting an essence here and being careful with this guy, okay? Because he might be jumping off, okay? Now, the next row is the Lenormand, and that breaks up the energies between love and romance here. Now, the first card I get here is the Scythe, and the Scythe is about cutting things away, needing to get rid of things, right? So we may have a situation here where this is one of the relationship that needs to go, okay? Because this Fool, I feel like The essence I didn't want to play too much upon was that we could jump at any minute off this relationship, okay? And there's a sense of disconnecting from the Capricorn female. So the next card we get is 36, and that's about burdens to bear, crosses, things that make us feel heavy. Are we burdened by the partner? And if so, right, that's not a good feeling to have when you're in a partnership. You want to be, it's exciting, da da da. There's can be low points, but if are we burdened by the relationship period? And I do get a sense of that. Get a sense this is not, yeah, not a stable one. The energy I'm picking up on anyway, right? This ain't gonna apply to everybody. Uh, 9 of flowers, which is about gifts coming forward. And this is interesting because this line right here, I see it's like if we cut away our burdens, we will be gifted from the universe. So I feel like, again, this is an energy of not matching here. We are not happy, so we need to do something in an action-oriented kind of way to get motivated in a direction that makes us happy. If this is not it, we need to acknowledge that, wake up to that, and move forward. No, the next card we get is 1, the messenger. And the messenger is about messages that come in quickly and they are hugely effective, or how do you say, they affect us in a profound way. Okay. So I feel like there may be a message gifted to you, and there's a burden on you that is going to be cut away from. And I feel like it all books down to the message. I feel like the message here, we're going to get a message about, I don't know if it's about our partner or from our partner or what's going on, but there's something here that needs to go. We're talking about relationships here, so it's pretty clear cut. Okay, next row we get into the love side. We'll see, and then I'll break it down vertically, horizontally, and we'll figure out exactly what's going on. And the first card I get on the romance is the King of Cups. So that is a different dude than the Knight. Is it the Knight? Yeah, the Knight of Wands. Absolutely different energy. Yes. So we have a different man here. Now, this could be a father figure. It could also be someone who is just very emotionally sound. I'm getting a sense of, yeah, very controlled with his emotions. Doesn't let himself get out of control, though he can feel it internally. He doesn't show it externally. And very much someone who, yeah, kind of complete opposite of what I'm getting in the Knight here, which is her partner. And I feel like this person is not a partner. I feel like this is someone outside of the relationship. Okay, not like even an affair thing. I feel like it's even a father figure. The next card I get is the 8 of Wands. 8 of Wands is about a karmically tied relationship. Now, this can go either way. We have a loosening of a tie here. In the last reading, I had a tie that both of them had. This is only on one person. That woman does not have a tie on her. And he's, it's loose on his arm, so he's ready to let go. So there may be someone in the relationship that's ready to let go. It could be the Knight of Wands here, or it could be the Queen of Swords, right? So it could be the Capricorn female or her partner, but it seems like we've done our deed here and things can be let go universally, energetically. But for whatever reason, right, we're still staying tied. Give me a minute here. This Cups guy is talking. Yeah, there's somebody in judgment of the partner highly. I feel like it's a father figure. It's not a father figure. It's someone you respect highly, who may be older than you. Very much like giving the evil eye, like, okay, that's enough already. Almost, it's sure feels like a father. He's pouring his emotions in the cup, which is basically pouring out to people. His opinion is the sense I'm getting. Feels very protected emotionally, but at the same time, it's kind of like he knows his step with this. I feel like it's a father figure. So he's just very prominent here. Like he has something to say and he's waiting for his turn. And I think like he might have spilled some beans already, but nonetheless, there's a situation here. I feel like it's on the verge of collapse. Okay. So the next card in the romance, we get the 4 coins. 4 coins is about love from a distance. Now, this could be this guy now. I just get a fatherly type figure because he is so stoic and very much almost like an emperor, but he's not action oriented. He's just going to sit there in judgment. It's high judgment of the partner that she's with. Okay. And this is about someone who is looking upon a Capricorn female in the coupled relationship from afar. Looking. That's it. That's all it is. And this is about, you know, separating. The next card is about the Wheel of Fortune. So that is about things that change. And I feel like this relationship is going to change in a way. And I feel like even though we got the 10 of Cups here, something's off. Okay. Something's not right here. And I feel like this woman, like if she's getting the reading and this is her energy field I'm picking, she's going to know exactly what it is. So there may be a situation here where maybe we have an older gentleman waiting in the wings here for her to become single. He's admiring from afar and in judgment of the way she's being treated. Because I'm getting a sense here it's not proper. It's not right. But she does not see it. It's starting to affect her field, but she just, yeah, it's not letting go. But nonetheless, the Wheel of Fortune is here. It's going to flip things around here very quickly. Feel like very quickly. November, end of November for sure. There's going to be messages coming in and affecting this relationship from the outside. May not be these two people that want to split, but the universal energies are going to come in there and start shoving things around. 3, the Empress. I feel like that is her energy, the Capricorn female. So she may be feeling very, no, this is not matching. Hold on a sec here. I'm going to keep going because they're giving me a weird vibe here. The Wheel again on the sex side, okay? So that's about changes in the bedroom. So we may have had a drastic change in the bedroom, stopping or removing of oneself from the bedroom, physical activity. Next card, 7 of Swords, which is, yeah, stopping behavior. So there's something here, can't get access to it. Nonetheless, a heavy energy of stopping things in the bedroom. Now, there it is. Okay, that's what I didn't want to come forth with till I got the last card. The Empress can symbolize a mistress. Okay, unfortunately. I don't like throwing those things out too lightly. But the Empress is that mystery because they're feeling all flung by the attention and the newness, right? And that's not matching where this woman is sitting. She's sitting in a mode where she's kind of getting detached and discontentment. And this woman is very much the opposite of that. She's content and flowing outward and very intermingling with everything. So it just didn't match up to me. And then we have the Wheel, which is symbolizing, you know, things are going to change here. So the message may be that we have some rumors going around here based on truth, okay? And then the 7 of Swords is about behavior that stops in the bedroom. And I feel like we may be doing this, not even knowing what may be going on. Again, not everybody. And then the 3 of Swords is, now this is a little bit of good news, but it's the 3 of Swords is about someone overlooking the relationship. So we don't necessarily, this man is contacting his partner, but there's someone in the periphery here that either wants to get in or is flirting to get in or is trying to get in. But nonetheless, this man is looking at the woman that is there in his bed. So that is one good point here. So we're going to watch. There may be someone outside of the relationship that is flirting a little too heavily. And like I said, this guy here, he's He doesn't think long term. He's a little too spontaneous. He can get caught up in stuff like this. So be aware of that. But nonetheless, I feel like the relationship here, if they throw me the 10 of cups, man, that's just confusing. That is everything. So we may have children with this guy, or we may have a family, but I'm getting a sense here, some of us may not be married. Okay. We're not attached in that way. But nonetheless, I feel like a disconnecting, we can just go and away we go. There's just showing me a boat that just leaves dock. Like we're not anchored, right? In some way. I don't know what it is, but I'm thinking it's a marriage certificate. But nonetheless, 10 of Cups is symbolizing, and I feel it's more of a family. Like I've got kids with this man. But, there's things here we're kind of tuning out. Like Capricorn female, I'm getting a sense she's tuning out, starting to tune out and not really understanding. Okay. So these are the cards right to left. So I'm going to go up to down and we're going to break it apart and see exactly what comes out in every area. Now, we're talking about the Temperance, and they were talking about, bringing up her energy and saying, don't manipulate things to a degree where we're not dealing with reality here, because that's going to get us into trouble, wasting time, right? So feeling that that's kind of maybe seeing some things in the relationship here that are not working, not wanting to confront it, but getting instinct nonetheless, that kind of deal. Okay. The next card we get is the Knight of Wands, and that's the dude, right? And he seems to be, it's interesting, they're both focused on these things in their life, right? And her, with her Temperance, pulling all the energy, she's got instinct. And him, I feel like he's being dazzled by something else. So he's not using his instinct forward, but nonetheless, he's facing her. But I feel like they're still in their own worlds. I can't get past the visuals here. They're still in their own world, but together. Okay. The Lenormand, they're showing kind of the epitome of the couple, and then they have the scythe coming in to cut things out. So there's something here in the relationship that needs to be cut away. Maybe it is the fact that we're both up in our heads and we need to deal with each other. It may just be as simple as that. I don't think it is, but for some it might be. Okay. And the next card is the King of Cups. So the King of Cups may be the, how you say, the deciding factor here. I feel like he's the one that cuts this relationship apart. That's what I'm getting from this line. It's like these people need to wake up. That's what they're going. They need to wake up. And this guy, whatever, like there's a sense of a guy looking upon the woman here in judgment. But nonetheless, there's a sense here he's coming in, to kind of shake things up. Maybe to have a good talking to one of these two, maybe a father figure of one of them, or to both, like, right? Something's amiss here. Okay. Oh, sorry. I went too close here. Man. So and then we end on the Empress now. Okay, I'm gonna bring these cards back up. I pulled them too quick. I'm gonna put them back up. Temperance talking about her manipulate, because they're saying she's manipulating her mind to think of, we're giving her instinct, she's turning it around and starting to shoot it out the way she wants it, but that's not the way that reality is. Then we have this man that's kind of doing his own thing as well. He's tending to her, but it's like she's in her own world to a certain degree. Then we have, what are we cutting away? There's a man coming in here to help cut things away. And then we have the Empress on the sex side, which is the flirting. It gives me a sense that this man is flirting, but again, I got a father figure. So it may be different scenarios for different people. The Empress is also, we have to think that it can be about pregnancies. Okay, I have to mention that. An abundance in some way here. Okay, next line. The next line, we get the Queen of Swords. So what's going on with her? Well, it's highly aspected that she's hoping and dreaming and wishing for things in the future to get better, because that's very much what I felt she was doing here, was seeking for things to get better, though not like she was in dire straits, but things she wanted things to get better. And the Star is like physically trying to go out and get those things that she can see and think of in her mind space to get better. Then we get to 36, which is the burden. I feel highly that she's burdened by something. And if we have kids, it may be the whole situation. Maybe we're in a mode where we're feeling burdened by it all. Okay. Overwhelmed by it all. Yeah. And then we get the 8 of Wands, which is, leaving, you know, different energies for different readings. It can be coming across someone, and this could work both ways for this reading. Could be coming across someone that we feel karmically tied to a certain way, and it doesn't necessarily mean that we had a one-night stand. A lot of times I get that energy, but here I don't. I get a sense that we may be tied to someone, and we've learned our lessons, and it's time to move forward. And they're just kind of waiting for each other to go. She's waiting for him to get up, and he's waiting for her to leave, right? Before he does his thing. That's really what I'm getting, scenario. And then the Sex card is the Wheel. It's basically saying, yeah, we're flipping gears here on all levels. So we got a wheel in the regular and a wheel in the sex. So there's definitely been a change here of pace in the bedroom. And that's prompting kind of all areas to flip over as well. So go into the next row here. Forget any cards. 4 of Cups. So that's the discontentment that she's feeling highly. It is kind of a dreamy state I get from her, like she's losing herself in her mind, but it's not about the things that are going on. It's about, I'm starting to detach from my relationship because it's not going so well and I don't know how to deal, that kind of thing. So an avoidance of the lessons here. Next card is the 3 of Pentacles, and that's about working together. And I feel like the Star to hit on this is like it's highly aspected if we could, but I don't feel like it's going to happen. But nonetheless, anyway, 3 of Cups, or 3 of Pentacles, sorry, is about working together with the partner to achieve things forward. Then we get the 9. So if we do this, we will be highly rewarded. Again, I don't feel it in the field. I think she's going to just keep detaching, and he's going to get caught up in something else. Like it's just going to dissipate. Okay. But nonetheless, we could get rewarded here in this relationship. Okay. So in a sense, we have not done all we can do, but we've done enough to move forward. And then the 4 of Pentacles is simply stating, we may have someone outside here looking in on the female from a distance. And that could be in any area. It doesn't mean romantically, right? Could mean, but then we have the 7 of Swords, which indicates a lack of physical activity in the bedroom. We may have, I don't know, I'm getting a sense of real naivety from the partner, from the male partner here, from the Capricorn female's partner. I feel real naivety here. He's just he goes with the wind, really. There's not a lot of him understanding anything. So if this woman disconnects, he's really not going to notice, is the sense I'm getting. Not only that, if there's someone looking upon her, he's not going to have a whiff of that either. He doesn't understand or doesn't think in that way, okay? But the 7 of Swords here, I feel very much on her end is dissipating. I'm not getting much on him. So that's that line. Okay, so that's the third line. So the last line here, we're talking about the Ten of Cups. Okay, what's this all about here? What is this? And then we talk about the Fool. So the Fool energy is about leaving family, really is what I'm getting. Leaving, a sense of wanting to leave the family. And it could be a burdensome feeling, like we're just maybe we've been tied down in the, how do you say, in the family life so long that we just had enough. That's kind of a sense here, because he's totally leaning away. Look at him. He's leaning away. Can't even look at all of this. And this is good stuff. And the next card I get is the Messenger. And that talks about those messages that come in, life-changing moments. Okay, so somebody brings something forth here that changes. And I mean, we got two Fate cards again, in the sex and in the romance. And it's going to change this relationship, no less. So there's some kind of information here that's coming, right? That's bingo bango, going to change things. There it is. There's the wheel. And even though it looks all beautiful there, it flips. It turns. The Ferris wheel, it's turning. So, yeah, so that's that. And then the Three of Swords is about someone focusing physically on the partner, and that could be something as well. We have a partner here focused on us, and we just are, just give me a minute here. Are we going into a zone here on the physical end of things where we are disassociating? Get a sense of that here. They're showing me like weird stuff. Not weird stuff, I don't mean to judge it, but stuff that is hard to express. Things like disassociating in the bedroom with our partner to a degree that, yeah. Because they're going, this woman, what if it was her? And I said, well, how could she be there and there? And they said, how do you think that could be? And I said, well, if she's like leaving, literally, like if we got a Queen of Swords here that's in her thoughts all the time, thinking upwards about better things, do we have a lot of hang-ups here in the bedroom that we really need to deal with? We're not dealing with. Not serious stuff, right? So we may have a situation here where we have some sexual hang-ups and we may be going through a partner, or this is causing problems and we may not know. Yeah, kind of heavier than I plan to go here. Nonetheless, that could be a scenario look into. So I'm going to kind of review real quick here the energies. Basically, this woman, there may be a sense here that some of these Capricorn women in a relationship are having a hard time on the physical side, so much so that their mind is literally not in the game, and neither is their body pretty close, right? Because if they're telling me about dissociating from the body to a degree that we, yeah, not wanting it so badly but not willing to speak up for it, that's no boundaries, really is what it's saying, right? So that could be a scenario. And then the change is coming in the relationship here because of a message that's coming through. And the Fool symbolizing they're wanting a new direction. And I feel it's from the Capricorn female. She's wanting something different. So she may be the one that is really kind of wanting out of the relationship, but being hugely passive about it. I feel like there is not an aggressive bone here. For the energy that I'm picking up, it's not aggression going outward. It's just passively. Okay. And then as we go down the cards, talking about no action in the bedroom. So we may have put a limit there or been able to put a boundary down, but nonetheless, there's some here that might not be able to do that. And then there might be someone looking at us from afar. And that could be a father figure looking upon us, and not in a romantic way, just in judgment of the partner or seeing that there's an imbalance here. Because I feel not from her. I feel from others outside of her, the energy outside of her, not even her partner. Her and her partner are both kind of locked in the same illusion that this is okay or this can stay or, it's not great, but whatever. They're kind of locked in the same punch here. But there's someone outside, and again, we get the flowers symbolizing that we could have some surprises here, but I don't know that we're dipping into that. And the Three of Pentacles is, we need to band together, and it may be from that outside person. I don't know. We need to work together with someone here to get forward, because I feel like they're both very individualized in the relationship. And then we have the Four Cups, which is just simply stating the discontentment again. And then we have the Wheel on the sex side and the tie here from the Eight of Wands, symbolizing that there's something going on within a tied relationship, right? That is burdensome or whatever, but there's a star here. We're trying to shoot for the stars with our thoughts, but we're not quite hitting it in reality. And then the Queen of Wands, really, or the Queen of Swords, sorry, taking on that energy of looking to the clouds again. And we have the Empress, which is the flirty type energy that could be, but I don't feel like it's really a third partner out of the relationship. I feel like we may get flung. Our partner may be very, susceptible to falling for that, but I don't feel it's in the field directly. And then there's the King of Cups, which comes in, and he's got this attitude of wanting to cut things away. And the Knight of Wands is right beside the woman. But again, a feeling of individuality between these two. Like it is almost like, what are they doing together? They're just kind of together in their own worlds. So there's something here that needs to be communicated or brought forth between the couple or dealt with, no less. The relationship is kind of not being dealt with, is the sense I'm getting overall. So those are the energies for November, December, January, February, into that time period where it's kind of like in limbo in a sense. There's kind of a limbo feeling. It's like nobody's creating boundaries, nobody's learning, nobody's pushing anybody else's buttons here. We're just existing. But nonetheless, there's the Ten of Cups is symbolized by some energy of, family around us. We may have situation where we have, family living with us, and therefore they're overseeing a lot here. And that may be the energy I'm picking up for some as well. So if that's the case, those are never good situations, but there may be someone outside of the relationship that is going to help either people see or help them deal or create boundaries in such a way that, again, over this time, there's going to be a lot of busting up of relationships. So we really have to understand if we are happy or not happy in a relationship. And if we're not, we need to go to something that makes us happy. And that is really the key. The bottom line, simplify everything. Are you happy? No. Then we need to go where we are happy and deal with that. Because, sometimes there may be two people sitting in a situation where they're both not happy and they both just need to go, but neither one of them is going to do so. So that is the Capricorn female in a coupled relationship. It's very isolated. So for the winter season, take care. Have a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, safe travels, all of that. Take care, have fun, and be kind.